two, three, down.
In the world of Warhammer 40k, Ogryns and other Abhumans are often overlooked. Not only in the actual tabletop game, but also their boundless conversion potential. As someone who falls squarely in the "why would I play as a human in a game, I play one every day in real life" category, I consider them by far the most interesting part of the Empire of Man. Anything in the Imperium could have a Ratling or Ogryn variant. Imagine Ogryn Custodes, Eversor Assassins, and Ogryns from every guard regiment imaginable. Or, as is the subject of today's video, Sister Ogryns of Battle. I recently saw this Reddit post depicting an Ogryn sister, and I immediately knew I had to build something like it. My hope is to build something still usable in an Imperial Guard army as well as in a sister's army, perhaps counting as warsuits or mortifiers. But I also wanted to expand the concept a little bit more and explore what an Ogryn sister might go through in the grimdark future. So my plan was to use the 3 models in the Ogryn kit to depict the journey of a big sister. From hesitant Novi Nate to a proud sister of battle, and finally into fanatical Repentia. I started by opening the box, throwing away the instructions, and more or less assembling the parts as intended. I'm going in chronological order here, starting with the Novi Nate. She will be mostly covered in cloth, so it's time to break out the green stuff. After wrestling with the GAMP for a while, I moved on to the habit, specifically the sleeves. In the end, I think I accidentally sculpted them backwards, but no one will ever know. While I had the green stuff out, I gave our future sister a breezy ecclesiarchy cut. I will be using the Bullgrin armor as a base for the power armor, and one of the small shields split in half as the shoulder pads. Her knees and chest were covered with small dwarven shields that got their runes filed down, and later replaced with more appropriate details like skulls and lilies. I cut a pair of chainswords so that I could combine them into an eviscerator-sized one for the Repentia, and then covered her in wrappings and purity seals. I then swiftly moved on to the finishing touches. The Novi Nate got her headwear in order and picked up a condemner bolt gun. And the sister held on to a scroll and a heavy flamer. After a lot of subpar sculpting and carving, I had the many phases of my Ogryn sisters done. And that's when I realized Games Workshop had accidentally included another set of origins in my box. But I won't look a gift Ogryn in the mouth, so to speak. These leftover suits of armor make up like 80% of the Bullgrin version of the kit. The only pieces that's shared between the variants are the legs, and we can get around that little issue no problem, with clay. I built some basic leg bones out of wire and covered them in layers of clay. I cut thin strips of paper to act as belts and to cover up some of the worst-looking gouges in the clay before I could fill in the empty chest piece with toilet paper and smush the arms and heads into it. More of the leftover pouches could cover the rest of the unsightly gaps. Just like that, I had not only added a slightly more interesting unit to two of my armies at once, but also squeezed out a full extra unit from that same kit. And with a coat of paint, this was the result.